I stay in more than 100 hotels every year, and together they all kind of merge in my mind like an indistinct gumbo made with mini shampoos. It's hard to get noticed in the hotel business, really in any business, maybe yours as well, but it's particularly tricky in the hotel business because ultimately they all have the exact same offer. 4 walls, a bed, a bathroom, a lamp that I may or may not be able to figure out how to turn on, and usually a bedside clock with an iPhone connection that works only for iPhone 5 or earlier. I don't know everything, but I do know this. The more you try to fit in, the more your customers tune out. And this week on the Talk Trigger Show, you'll learn about a hospitality company that takes perhaps the most mundane element of the hotel experience and turns it into a story that their guests tell over and over and over again. There are 54,200 hotels in the United States fighting to fill more than 5 million guest rooms every single night. The hotel business is tough, even more so when you're not one of the recognized long-standing brands like Hilton, Marriott, Hyatt, Holiday Inn, etc. Starting a national hotel brand from scratch without affiliating with one of the big guys seems like a very poor idea indeed, doesn't it? And then, what if you decided to put all of your hotels in college towns outside of major urban areas? So instead of your market being the 5.7 million people that live in Atlanta, Georgia, your market was the 115,000 people in Athens, Georgia. This is the supreme challenge faced by Tim Franzen and his partners. They've opened 13 hotels since 2014, and they plan to launch 7 more this year alone. And every hotel that Tim opens is literally the talk of the town. Each of them reflects the unique history, culture, traditions, and rituals of the nearby university. This is all a huge part of Tim's business plan. Just about the only way a startup hotel business like this can work is if they can turn guests into a powerful sales force. But how? How do you do it? By giving guests an amazing story to tell. Tim and his team opened a hotel in my town, Bloomington, Indiana, just 3 months ago. And around here, basketball ranks just behind oxygen on the importance scale. Water is third. We've got Indiana University and its storied college basketball team, 5 times the national champions. And Bloomington is also home to Angelo Pizzo, who is the writer and co-creator of the film Hoosiers, which is a fictionalized account of the 1954 Indiana State High School basketball champions. Hoosiers was named the best sports movie of all time by USA Today. Tim's hotel here is dripping with basketball references, including homages to Coach Bobby Knight's infamous throwing of a chair across the court during a game. People around here talk about the chair chandelier at the hotel and all that stuff, but the true talk trigger is even better, and it works at every single one of Tim's places. It's made even more effective because it puts a powerful spin on something incredibly mundane in the typical hotel experience. What is it? The room key. Almost every hotel in America has the same perfunctory throwaway plastic key with their logo on it, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. But the keys at Tim's hotel turns that very forgettable into something unforgettable. So much so that people collect his room keys like baseball cards. You see, the room keys at Tim's college-themed hotels are fake student ID cards of actual or theoretical graduates of the nearby university. The room keys at the Athens, Georgia location include student IDs for NBA Hall of Famer Dominique Wilkins and NBA on TNT host Ernie Johnson, both of whom enrolled and attended the University of Georgia nearby. Sports Illustrated was in town in Athens. They were doing a story, and they stayed at Tim's hotel, and they tweeted photos of these keys. Sports Illustrated, how's that for turning guests into impactful marketers. Right here in Bloomington, the room keys are IDs for the 3 key players in the movie Hoosiers, plus Coach Norman Dale, who was portrayed by Gene Hackman in the film, and his love interest in the movie, Myra Fleener. Remember, competency doesn't create conversations. I don't know everything, but I do know this. Same is lame. If you want your customers to talk about you, give them something they don't expect. Something like room keys that look like student ID cards. At a new boutique hotel chain called Graduate Hotels, coming soon to your favorite college town. Next week on Talk Triggers, you'll meet a dentist in New Jersey who does something so simple, yet incredibly remarkable. You will be asking your dentist why she or he doesn't do the same thing. To never miss one of these episodes, subscribe now on YouTube. You can also get this show as a podcast. Just go to wherever you get your audio and search Talk Triggers. See you next week.